thanks for joining us with another Putnam County Library System Lunch and Learn. Today we have Jamie Langford with us from Jamie's Eats and Sweets, and she is going to be making holiday treats for us today. Take it away, Jamie.
All right, so first of all, like show of hands, who likes Halloween and getting all the candy? Okay, so like all of us. Okay, so Halloween is like one of my favorite ones just because I like costumes, I like getting dressed up. I also like making kind of like funny and weird looking desserts sometimes because, I mean, you get to be a little kooky where like you don't always get to be like the rest of the year. So some of the things I'm gonna do today are things that like I've made for like Harry Potter marathons with friends, or we've just made for like different occasions. And so yeah, that's kind of what we're gonna go with. I also decided to kind of do more on like the easier side, or like low effort, minimal things in the pantry sort of situation. Just for like, if it's like the last minute, you want to throw something together, and just kind of feel like the soccer mom and all of us that's kind of tired. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So like the first one is a super simple one, and I'm actually gonna take this one and let you guys pass these around while we work on some of this other stuff. So these are just a really simple little broomstick. You can also do these with like cheeses, but these are just like a little mini Rice Krispie with some pretzels on the top. These are always fun, just kind of like pop in your mouth. They're like a fun little appetizer. You can do them with like little cheeses. You can also do them with some of the bigger pretzel sticks. If you decide to go this route, you can break these into like 4s or 5s, and then you can use like a bigger cheese wedge, or you can take like the slices of cheese and trim them to make them into like little actual broomsticks. So that's another fun way to do those. And to tie these, you can honestly just like melt the cheese or the chocolate around it, or you can go through and grab like a little bit of string or like a little bit of like licorice if you're doing like a candy one, just to kind of keep that tied. But yeah, so a couple different options as far as broomsticks, kind of up to you, but you get a little treat to get you started. One of our next ones is kind of like a little cheese ball. So this one is pretty fun because we're gonna attempt to make it look like a pumpkin. And so, these pretzels back out again. Do we have any food allergies in the audience today? Okay, cool. I always like to double check that before I do too many samplings of things. But, so the first thing, I've got 8 ounces of cream cheese here. And I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna load it up with some different spices. So we've got pepper. We've got a little bit of salt. And this is a really fun one too, because you can just pretty much add whatever spices you want to the cream cheese. I'm gonna do a little bit of garlic and paprika to do kind of like a garlic cheese ball. You can also do this with like onions and chives and get like a onion and chive one. Or do like a sour cream and onion if you like sour cream and onion chips. That's a fun one. You can also do this with like bacon, whatever you want really. You can really just make this your own. I don't know if any of you guys like Paper Chef at all. I'm kind of obsessed. But they have this, it's like a green goddess seasoning, and that one's really fun to mix with things and do like dips with. So you can even like grab just your favorite dip mix and just add that to it. Just kind of go crazy. And then we're just gonna mix this together. You can do this in a stand mixer or you can use a hand mixer. For the purposes today, I decided to just use my hands. Trying to keep it as simple as possible. So like you don't need equipment, but if you want to use equipment to make it just a little bit easier and a little bit faster, you can. And so I'm just gonna keep mixing this. Now the paprika is gonna be fun because it's gonna add just a little bit of red to this, which is actually gonna make the inside look a little bit orange. So that's gonna help us with our little pumpkin situation. You can also add like everything bagel mix to this. I don't know if any of you guys are everything bagel fans, but I am. This is also really fun. If you take this same idea and instead of making like a cheese ball, and you put it in like little sweet peppers, you can do those, and then use like the little everything bagel seasoning, and you have floated stuffed peppers. If you use the seeds and turn it into like eyes, you can make a little ghost out of it. Those are fun. Colorful ghosts, but ghosts nonetheless.
So right now you're just blending the spices evenly.
Blending spices evenly. It's kind of going from there. Trying to get everything in there because you don't want to get like a giant bite with pepper or paprika. I mean, you might. That's up to you. I don't. But that's all I'm pretty much doing right here. And now I'm just gonna go through and like try to shape it like a pumpkin. So the fun thing about pumpkins is that they grow mostly the same, but they don't always grow the same. So if it doesn't look exactly like a pumpkin, it's okay, you still probably nailed it. Plus if it's Halloween, that's the other fun thing, it doesn't have to be perfect. Because everything's gonna look a little kooky and everything anyway. And so I'm going through and just trying to like create little divots with my finger here. I don't know, I'm gonna walk around and show this. You can also do this with like a knife, and you can also do this with string. But just going through and just kind of like shaping it to kind of look like a pumpkin.
Good idea.
Thank you. Cookie Monster is my favorite.
Ooh, I like Cookie Monster.
I'll show you guys. See how it's starting to kind of look like a pumpkin? It's a weird spot. Oh, no, no. Close person.
You good, now make him make me something.
Yeah, you're gonna be making cheese balls later.
Bless you.
And this is like my favorite part of making a cheese ball. You get to go through and add like more cheese. You can also use nuts for this one. In an effort to actually try to make this one look like a pumpkin, I'm gonna use Colby Jack cheese. And we're essentially just gonna roll this pumpkin in our cheese here. And we're just gonna keep rolling. Rolling. We can go back through and just kind of add onto spots that didn't quite get as much cheese as we wanted. And again, you can add nuts to these, you can add just about whatever you want. I didn't bring nuts today because I didn't know we were gonna have any nut allergies. Didn't want to hurt somebody. If any of you guys have been to Jamie's Eats and Sweets, you know we always have like gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free things, so.
So if you wanted to do something that was nut covered, but you knew somebody had a nut allergy, what are some of the other products you would use?
So, this is fun. Like the everything bagel seasoning is another one that you could do. You can also go through, if you wanted to use pretzels, these are fun. You can actually crush these up. Usually in like a bag, I'm just gonna do it like here. But these will actually crush along the side. And this will actually add a fun salty element too if you really wanted to. If you wanted to do this. So yeah, you can do the pretzels, you can do the cheese, just if you wanted to just keep straight cheese. And you could do olives or veggies. Veggies are a fun one. Shaved carrots would be really good for this. It'd be really orange. So if you're a big veggie girl or guy, you can just go for it. And so that's what your base of your pumpkin's gonna end up looking like. Pretty simple, pretty simple. And then we're gonna go through, and this is where I'm gonna use the bigger pretzel because we got a little bit bigger of a pumpkin than we did a broomstick. And you can just take this guy and shove him right in there. And then you've got your own little pumpkin cheese ball. And then as far as plating this one, I'm gonna stick with pretzels. I'm really feeling pretzels right now. You can take these. These are really broken, which is sad. I'm gonna use all these. There we go. These look better. And this is fun if you want to just like create like a whole bottom to this one. And you can hollow it out, or you can just sit it right here on top. I'm gonna hollow it out a little bit. And then you have like the perfect plate for people to just come by, grab a little bit of your cheese ball, and just kind of keep going. So there you go. There's that one. I'm gonna put some of these on a little tray for you guys, and you guys can enjoy some cheese ball. Simple but fun. I'm gonna try to only take from the back though, that way you guys still get the visual here. So does anybody have like a favorite Halloween treat that they just love to make?
A caramel or candy apple.
Candy apples are a good one. What's yours?
Candy cupcake.
Candy cupcake? I am also all about a candy cupcake. Anybody else have one? Any of them at all? So one of the things that I always think about is like a Rice Krispie. So we're gonna do some Rice Krispie things for that today. I always think candy apples, Rice Krispies, and I think apple cider. Apple cider is one of my all-time favorite ones. At the cafe right now, we're doing Rice Krispies. It's October, so we're also doing our breast cancer awareness month. So if you come in the cafe and you buy anything that has pink on it, those proceeds will go towards spreading breast cancer awareness. And also this week all goes to the YMCA project and what they do for breast cancer survivors, so they have like a whole program over there where they like help girls get together. They have support groups, and they help them like get out, exercise, and just get out instead of just staying inside and kind of getting funked out about cancer. So I really like the program they do. So we've supported them. This will be the second year in a row that we're doing the breast cancer awareness campaign with the YMCA. And so if you buy anything pink this week, all those proceeds will go to that program specifically.
That's nice.
So, I'm gonna go ahead. You guys, don't trip over here. Can I grab one of those? No problem. And again, some of these are gonna be like normal everything pretzels. I've mentioned that a couple times. Those are pretty good. I'm on a whole everything bagel kick right now, so I'm really just on that.
One of the big perks to your programs is we get to taste your efforts.
Yeah. Oh, good times. And if you like me and like cheese, you're gonna love this one. So that's another little simple one. One thing I do want to say with this one still is if you want to go through and make this like Halloween themed, you can go through and use the pretzels again like we talked about. And you can actually make this like a little jack-o'-lantern. So this could be fall, it could be Halloween, up to you. I'm gonna use olives for this one. And you can go back through and use these like little broken pieces of pretzel if you want. To make like a little jack-o'-lantern. However, one of my other favorite ways to do this is to use bacon. And just like crumble up a piece of bacon. And then you can also use that as like a little smile too. So, and that adds like a fun bacon element. But yeah. So, a little jack-o'-lantern for Halloween. Now, the next one is more fun and ooey and gooey and sticky. This one's gonna be Rice Krispies. So, we were thinking about how we wanted to do little ghosts. And there have been all kinds of different ways to do little ghosts for Halloween. And I was trying to think of what I could do in this space. And so we talked about doing like little covered strawberry ghosts where you dip them in the white chocolate and you can like spread it out in the parchment paper and pull it back up and then have like a whole little ghosty effect. Because we didn't have a microwave in this space, I was like, well, maybe not. So we're gonna go Rice Krispie option. And there's like 4 or 5 different ways that you can do the Rice Krispie option. One of which is the super simple life hack for the soccer mom and all of us. And you can just go through, wrap them individually, and then make your very own little wrapping of a little Rice Krispie pumpkin. If you wanted to do that. Or you could do the ghost. Or you could get one with it. But that's the super simple one. And so we'll go through, we'll actually unwrap this one. These were like fresh made. I like grabbed these and ran out the door. So we're gonna have to do a little unwrapping here. Before I get much farther, I don't know how many of you guys do Rice Krispies, but this is my lifesaver. If you spray your gloves or butter your gloves or your hands beforehand, it makes life so much easier. And I just wish my grandma would have told me that like 8 years ago. And that's all I'm saying. And so for this one, you're just gonna grab your fresh made Rice Krispies, or if you wanna grab, you can also use with a cookie cutter. I'm gonna state that right now. You can make this really easy and just cookie cutter your way through this. But if you want them all to look kind of kooky and fun, you can just go this route and just kind of shape it by hand, and all these will look different. So this one I'm just going through and just kind of like making the top round, give them a little ghosty tail. Looks like it's trailing behind them. And then I've got all sorts of fun little sprinkles. So this one, really simple, just eyes. These are a fun decoration too, by the way. Throw these in some mason jars, you're a witch. That's all I'm saying. And go through, add some little eyes. Little Rice Krispie Ghost has eyes now, but he doesn't have a mouth.
No.
He needs a mouth. And so one of my favorite things to do for this is chocolate, because who doesn't love chocolate? And I'm gonna go through and snowman effect this little guy. And I'm just gonna create like little mouth out of some little chocolate chips here. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And so he can be smiling. You can go through and change it. Got too much oil in my hands. They're not want to stick. You can be like a ooh, you're a little ghost, and that's just a little Rice Krispie ghost. So those are fun. And you could do a bunch of these like this for another sort of low effort-ish one. If you just wanted some Rice Krispies that just said Halloween. You can also go the sprinkle route. And just throw some sprinkles in the middle. And then just really blend them together. And now I've got a Rice Krispie treat that has bats and pumpkins and everything all in it. And if you want, you could actually just hide them in the center and it'd be like a fun little explosion ball whenever they pop back out. But, so I'm gonna do a couple different ones like that. But that one just has just the Rice Krispies with the sprinkles inside, a little fun, easy way to do that one. And then if you wanted to do the explosion ball, let's see. I gotta make sure I get enough to actually hold the Rice Krispies. For this one, you're gonna want to use a lot of these if you want it to really explode. You can use like too many because then it doesn't actually close. And we're just gonna go through and hold this one. And if my Rice Krispie is cold enough, this should actually explode. And then we can just go through. And then you got your little exploding Rice Krispie ball. And so these are fun to like give out to kids because then they're like at home ripping it open and they're like, whoa! Because, I don't know, everybody loves a little surprise. But, so yeah, that's what I've got. We can go through, we'll let everybody have some Rice Krispies. I'm using a lot of your plates today, so thank you for these.
No
But,
problem, I'm glad to have you.
anybody have any possible questions for this at all? Or any things that you might think would work or ideas you have that we can maybe tweak? It's okay if you don't. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the cafe then. So cafe-wise, I mentioned the breast cancer awareness. We are doing our cake tasting again for those of you that may or may not know about the cake tasting. We're doing that again on the 20th of this month. So what we do is we do 5 different cakes for $25. You get to come in and try 5 different slices of cake. And you also get a discount if you book an event that day, whether it's a birthday, a wedding, or just because you want a cake. And so we do discounts for those. We're also booking for the holidays already, so if you need pies or you need cakes for the holidays, for Thanksgiving, anything like that, we can get you covered there. We're also doing our treat boxes, so if you have like clients or friends that you just want to treat with a little treat box, we have options starting at $10 and going all the way up to $75, depending on what all you want to do. But, or you can always just stop in the cafe and grab something. Super simple. We're open Monday through Saturday right now. Monday 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And that's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday we do close at 5, so that's 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday's 9 to 5. It's usually our sellout day. So if we stay open much longer, there's usually not a whole lot left. So we just started closing at 5. Let's see how many we got here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I will say, if you go to the cafe today, we're trying to get the case filled. At the moment, though, everything has been selling about as fast as we can get it baked. So there's like one whole case that doesn't have anything in it whenever I left. So that was fun. There was just a lot. So that's going on there. As far as other fun things we're doing, we are going to launch a program next year where we're going to start doing a country a month. And so we're going to do like a little dinner club. And so if you want, you can like book tickets and learn about different, basically whole recipes and ideas from different cultures and learn about like why they're special to that culture and everything else. We picked one country every month and we're super excited about that.
Will that be a pick it up and take it home, or you actually have?
That's going to be like a in-house dinner club, and we're going to have like a appetizer, a soup, a entree, and then a dessert.
Do you know what night of the week these will be on?
So we're planning on Fridays for right now. We're gonna see how long it lasts for me. But I know the first one is already posted on our Facebook page,
Okay.
and we're starting off with France because I really like croquembouche. And I don't know if any of you know what croquembouche is. Excuse me?
That would be fun. So how many people can you have for that?
So
dinner?
it'll be kind of unless as we start out in the cafe, it'll be smaller groups. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Smaller groups of people. So the most we can probably hold in cafe is max of like 15.
Okay.
And then if it starts to grow to where we can't fit everybody in the cafe, we might have to figure out something different.
Are you gonna do more than one seating?
More than what?
One seating?
That's a great question. And I've got to figure that out.
Maybe like a 5 and an 8 or something like that. Thanks.
We have a couple of different of our tech college students and people that are going to help us with some different research on some of them. And then we have another professor who I'm going to try to have come speak.
Oh, great. Thank you.
For that, so it'll be kind of fun. But if you follow the Facebook page, you'll see all the different things that we have going on. Lots of different events. We're gonna do, for sure, probably at least one more. I know last year we did a Halloween party basically where we like had like a grazing table and you could come in and like buy sweets and just kind of hang out. We did like a costume contest. We'll be doing that again this year. We don't have all the details on our Facebook page for that yet, but it's coming. So we just hope you come and have fun with us.
That's great. Thank you so much. So we have savory and sweet treats that you
Savory
brought
and
us
sweet
today.
treats, just like you can get at Janie's Eats and Sweets.
And they all seem to be adaptable if you do have food allergies.
Yes. So super adaptable. Rice Krispies are always gluten free. Fun facts.
So tell us, what's the address of your shop? Where are you located?
So we're 50 West Broad Street, over just down the street here. We're right across from Crawdaddy's, right next to Plenty Bookshop. You can grab a book and come get a sweet treat. And
That's great. Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
guys.
being with us today.
Thank you.